Hey guys, Eric from MyMMAnews.com. I'm hiding out in my basement. My son's upstairs with a couple of his friends. He has no idea what I'm about to do. I've been working with MMA Gaming PC.com, brand new veteran owned company. It's owned by Christian Nunez, and my son is really into gaming. And he's been saving Amazon gift cards, been trying to save enough so that he can, buy all the parts and build his own PC. MMA Gaming PC has built him a brand new state of the art custom PC. Um, and we're going to go over to Sparta Mixed Martial Arts and Fitness in Sparta, New Jersey, where Christian trains. And I told him that he has to come there and help us with filming, help direct the interview. And I told him I'm going to give him some money for it, towards the computer. And he's all about it, but he has no idea at all. Um, what's in store for him. He's about to be presented with a brand new computer. Christian told him to take the Amazon gift cards and save them for some of the accessories. So stay tuned.
So I've been training at Sussex County MMA for nearly 4 years. I started in the summer of 2018. So I chose Sussex County MMA because originally I played soccer and I was a very, very competitive soccer player. And as I started getting into like my mid 30s, I decided that soccer's not good on your knees. I needed something that was a little more low impact sport. And my cousin does jiu-jitsu. He's a black belt. He trains out at Guerrero's in Caldwell, New Jersey. And he had mentioned jiu-jitsu, and my brother had mentioned jiu-jitsu, and everybody said jiu-jitsu is good for the body, good for the soul, and there's longevity. So I got into jiu-jitsu, and I found Sussex County MMA through a few friends that had recommended this gym, who oddly enough didn't train here. They trained in South Jersey, but that's how I found Sussex County MMA. It's incredible and very humbling experience to train with all these pro fighters. Not just even pro fighters, just there's competitive grapplers here in jiu-jitsu. For me, it's really mind-boggling to see my journey, how I came here and I started as a dad, a white belt, learning jiu-jitsu, and then finding myself now grappling and training with the pros and the guys who were competing, and really learning from them, and just getting the best of all worlds. So that's one of the things I love about Sussex County MMA is that you just get all this variety, all different levels, and you have some of the best guys in the northeast up here grappling. I do compete. Because of COVID, I haven't been competing enough, but I do try to compete in local tournaments, like grappling industries, try to hit up some Nagas or good fights. But yes, my aspirations are to compete and to take jiu-jitsu. Aspirations to go into the cage? No. I jokingly say it sometimes, but just as a cosplay, kind of thing. But no, I don't think I could ever go in the cage. Not that you can never do something, but I just think that at this point in my life, I love jiu-jitsu. I love grappling. It's a cerebral sport for me. Like it's like a chess match. I tip my hats to all those guys that are laying it all on the line and going into the cage. But I felt like that adrenaline rush, I got that in the military, right? Serving in the infantry, and now I'm just kind of like fading down. So grappling's okay for me for now. So the reason I got into computers and gaming, it goes back after my time in the Marine Corps. So I joined the Marine Corps in 2001, before 9/11. 9/11 had happened. I was actually in basic training, and I joined the infantry. I got deployed to Iraq in 2003, actually in February of 2003, and when the invasion happened in March, we were there and attached and deployed and attached to Task Force Tarawa and the 2nd Battalion, 25th Marines. It was a great experience. The Marine Corps really gave me a lot of fundamentals and foundations of like the pillars that I needed to be confident, and to when I got out into the real world, to just approach it with humility, approach it with the idea that you can learn from anyone and from anything. And from seeing all the different walks of life in the military and all the different cultures, it really gave me a whole different perspective on life. And then I got into a company, a local company here called Thor Labs, where I started working in their assembly line, and they had a software there that I learned. And I got into their basically technology team and started learning the software, got into computer science, then decided to go to college, worked in computer science, got a job for a Microsoft partner, learned how to develop and be a consultant on software. And then that got me into the hardware side, where here at Sussex County MMA, I was training, and a lot of the guys that train here, they're gamers. And they basically said, hey, why don't you have a gaming computer, right? Why are you on the console all the time? And there's nothing wrong with the console. I love the console. There's a place for everything. But with the console, I decided, okay, I'm going to build a computer. And I built a gaming computer. And then that led me down the rabbit hole of, wow, these are really nice. I enjoy it. And I know that because of the pandemic, a lot of people are struggling out there to get their own computers, to get the graphic cards, which we'll go through and kind of the breakdown of this. And I thought, why not just find these components, put them together, and sell them at very reasonable prices for people that want to game. And that's how I got into gaming. And now I never turned back. I can never go back to the console. That's not a knock on the console. My kids play on the console, but that's how I got from the Marine Corps into computers and now here at MMA Gaming. So at MMA Gaming, we offer 4 different series. The 4 series, of course, represent entry level all the way to the most experienced professional level. This model here that you're seeing is in our Legend series. This particular this machine is called the Mata Leao. So for those of you that are jiu-jitsu enthusiasts, you know that means the lion killer. The Mata Leao in our Legend series is basically going to have the latest and greatest GPUs, graphic processing units. Going to have the latest central processing units, so the CPU, the chip. These Legend series run on NVIDIA graphic cards, the RTX 3080 Ti and 3090 series, as well as the processors are the Ryzen series, Ryzen 9, 5900X and 5950X. You'll notice in a lot of our designs, especially around the fan, there's a lot of RGB going on. It's just part of what we do at MMA Gaming. It's about making your PC experience not just be on the screen, but outside of the screen, right? Giving you a nice ambient environment to just give you colors and really create that atmosphere, whether it's intense gaming and you have RGB flickering everywhere, or you have maybe perhaps just you're someone who just wants one light, keep it static, you know, pink, light blue, baby blue, green, like fits. You have all the different types of colors and options. All of our PCs are manufactured and assembled with the most care. Everyone is built and QC'd and tested with the latest and greatest quality testing tools. We test all of our computers in Heaven just to make sure, Heaven's a software, just to make sure that it runs smooth. The objective here is just to give gamers the most frames per second and the highest quality. These machines are also, like the Legend that you see here, are designed for content creators. So those who are interested in animation, using tools like Blender, or even engineers who are doing SolidWorks, AutoCAD, drawing, 3D modeling, and rendering, these are the machines that would be needed for that. Aside from that, we do offer 3 more series. The Elite series, which is 1 series below this. We also have the Pro series, and we have our entry series, which is called the Cage series. And the Cage series is great for those gamers who are looking to become professional gamers, or they're just trying to get their feet wet into the gaming, kind of the gaming orifice, and really kind of just have the tools that are more equipped than just say next gen consoles. Like I want a PS5, but I want a PS5 with some oomph behind it, you know, more horsepower, or an Xbox X or S series. So this logo, I did not design it. This is one of our black belt instructors here named Maurice Johnson. He's into graphic arts and he's a phenomenal artist. And he was kind enough to work with me and give me some ideas and put together a logo. He had asked me, do you want a beast on the cover? Do you want you on the cover? And I had said, I'm not photogenic, so I don't think I'm cartoon-genic or animation-genic, if that's a word. And then he was able to use me as an inspiration for the logo. And you notice here that there's 3 discs. These discs just represent the fans that the fighter here in this case is using. Kind of a fireball of power to throw at you. As far as maintenance goes with these systems, some of the most fundamental things is just to ensure that the drivers are updated. This is a personal computer, so it is running off of Windows. And with Windows, you'll need to always make sure that the system will recommend, here are the drivers, the latest updates you need to run. It's always good just to see what updates you're going to install, just because the graphics card will need updates, the processor will have its own updates, and of course, the BIOS, which is basically the basic information system that is running off the motherboard. But just like anything else, just like your PlayStation, just like your Xbox, all those come automatically to you. These are recommended, and you can have it set to automatically update. But software and driver maintenance is like anything else with any computer. As far as the physical maintenance is concerned, you should. I recommend cleaning your PC every 6 to 8 weeks. It's easy to access this. You just take off the top. There's glass panels that, of course, come out, and you can just use air cans, spray it down. Always make sure it's turned off. And then any wipes that you use, that they don't leave any residents behind, or that it's just a smooth, nice fabric that can just, like a microfiber that can just take all the dust away without leaving anything behind. But maintenance is pretty easy on this. So to check out our models and to find out where you can access our inventory at MMA Gaming, is we have a website, MMAGamingPC.com. And then we also have an Instagram page at MMA Gaming PC. You can follow us there. Those are really the two spots where you can follow us and track where we are. The website is up and running. It's live. And so if anyone is interested, they can always contact us too. We know sometimes it's a big investment when you want to buy a computer and a gaming computer. And sometimes you just feel a little overwhelmed. You see a lot of specs, you see prices, and you kind of feel like that person in the big box retailer, right? I've gotten into big boxes myself. I see 3 computers. I see low price, medium price, high price, and I go, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Okay, let's go with medium. That sounds about right. I'm a medium kind of guy. But at MMA Gaming, we don't do that. We make sure that your budget and your needs are fit the proper way, and we can customize the builds too. So if you want a little bit from the Legend series, or you want a little bit from the Elite series, but you want the cage body or maybe the cage board, we can always accommodate that. So it's always good to, if you're just uncertain, contact us in our contact box, and we'll be glad to spend time with you over the phone or through email and just go over what you really need and make sure you get what you need. So these systems are really designed for creating high resolution with the most frames per second. So when we play our PlayStations and we play our Xboxes, our PlayStation 4, for example, we were used to playing with 30 frames per second. A PlayStation 5, maybe 60 frames per second. And then the resolution just depends, of course, on your TV, your monitor. The advantage with the personal computers and gaming is that you can select all different resolutions, 4K, 2K, 1080p, and in there you can have more horsepower behind what drives these graphic cards in order to get more frames per second. So a gamer who's saying, I want to play Call of Duty Warzone, and I'm a competitive gamer, I'm not just playing on my Xbox or my PlayStation, I need the refresh rates on the screen to refresh faster, that the movement is much smoother. A PC would be able to give them 120, 140, even up to 240 frames per second, as opposed to 60 frames on a PS5. So comparing us with big box retailers, I'm still the little guy, right? I'm never going to be able to get components at the cheapest price that maybe a Best Buy or an Amazon could do. But where our differentiators are in certain areas. First, our rates are pretty on par with what big box retailers are offering, minus of course the shipping charges. But where our differentiator is in our value proposition is that every build that we do, we install the games you want. We test the games that you want. We make sure the games run properly. We also equip Windows with all of the parameters and all of the control panel settings that is needed for a computer to run optimally. Most of the time when you buy a computer from Best Buy or you buy from a big box retailer, you're going to get the computer and then you're going to have to choose your own journey to figure out, how do I match this up with my monitor? What kind of settings do I need to set it up for my games? So we go above and beyond, and we also don't bottleneck our components. Some big box retailers will say, hey, you have a 3080 or you have a 3070. That's great. That's an amazing graphics card. But what's behind that? Oh, maybe the chip is a first generation chip or second, where we're using third generation chips in Ryzen. And we're also doing fourth generation on motherboards and on SSD, which is solid state drives. So we make sure not just the graphics card is the latest and greatest, we make sure the central processing units are the latest and greatest, the motherboards are the latest and greatest, everything that goes behind it, the memory. So we are, what I would like to say, the shishi version of gaming in the PC world. We do have one more series that I do have in a box. So we did mention that we have 4 different series at MMA Gaming PC. We have, this is the Legend series. Underneath that would be the Elite series. Then we have the Pro series, and we have the Cage series. And I do have a Cage series today. I have it in the box, and I did want to show that to the audience there. Pause that, and then...
Whoa.
And the Cage series is our entry series. It has, this particular Cage series that I built has an Aliens versus Predator theme. You want to come check this out? Come on.
Go ahead.
So there's a battle going on here. I don't know what these are called in Aliens, because I'm a big Alien fan. I call them the face suckers, right? We have the Alien here, the Xenomorph, going against the Predator. But besides the Alien and Predators theme, this is our Cage series. It's a very, very I wouldn't say air saturated machine. So a lot of airflow coming in here. We have 2 120 millimeter fans on the front panel bringing air in, 3 120 millimeter fans on the bottom bringing air take in, and then you can see we have our cooler. So we have an MSI mag cooler, 240 millimeters AIO. We have 32 gigabytes of RAM, so we can game, we can stream. Our computer is not going to be slow. We can do whatever we want. Go watch Monday Night Football and play Call of Duty at the same time. We have a Power Color 6600 XT from Radeon. So basically the competitor to the 3060. A very, very great AMD card. We have 1 terabyte solid state drive of the Samsung 970 EVO in here. And our chip is a Ryzen 5 5600X. And am I missing anything else? Yes,
I'm not good at opening cards.
What does it
Wait.
say?
I got a new PC. No way. Hold on. Let me read that again. Enjoy your new PC. Xbox Game Pass.
So what do you think?
Thank you.
Congratulations. Enjoy.